Everyone, thank you so much for watching again this week. Today I have Thelma, our insurance expert here at Scout Financial, and today we're going to be talking about what different factors and what things can affect the cost of your car insurance. But before we go into the video, go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Let's get started. So Thelma, on the top of your head, what are three or four, whatever comes to your mind, the most important factors that affect people's car insurance?
The first most important factor would be the kind of vehicle that you're insuring. If it's like a newer model or if it's sports vehicle or anything like that, that would be the first one.
Okay, so if I get a mom van, is that gonna, if I have a mom van compared to an Audi, the Audi I'm assuming would be more, right?
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
The Audi would be more.
Yeah, that definitely makes sense. I just got a new Nissan Altima, and I was going back and forth between a Nissan Altima and like either a BMW or a nicer higher end car. Obviously, those higher end cars would have cost me more. For one, because I'm younger, and because of the type of the car. So, type of vehicle, that's definitely obviously one of the main factors. That's great. What would you say is the second one?
The second one is actually what you just mentioned, which is the age.
The age? Okay.
Yeah, the age.
So do they have it in like brackets, like where if you're from this age to this age, is there any type of plateau where it kind of levels out? How does that work?
So they base it off of years licensed.
Okay.
So if you've been licensed for over 5 to 6 years,
okay,
then that's when you'll see the significant difference versus
Gotcha.
You've been driving only like 1, 2,
Yeah.
or 0 to 5 years.
Okay, so if I get my license at 16, I hit 21, that's that 5 to 6 year mark, then my insurance should drop once I hit that 5-year mark. Okay, and then even if I'm in my 20s and I decide to get my license, I don't know who does that, but
yeah, no, you would be surprised.
Yeah.
I've seen that happen before, where like
sure.
individuals get their license in their mid-20s or later 20s, but just because they're older, they think it's going to be cheaper and it's not going to affect them. But in reality, they're rating them as a teenager.
Yeah. Because just their driving experience.
Exactly. It's based on the year's license.
That makes sense. I mean, that actually, too, when I was in high school, I remember all my friends, they were like, oh, I'm going to wait till I turn 18 to get my license. And now I have even a better reason than just do it.
Yeah, exactly.
I was 16 and I decided to get my license at 16, but all my friends were like, oh, it's going to be cheaper and blah, blah, blah. But now that makes sense, too. Now I can say, hey, your insurance will be cheaper the sooner you get your license. So. Yeah, I mean, age definitely, and then obviously younger people are more likely to like crash and
just
be more
because obviously they don't have experience.
Yeah.
So everybody has to go through their first accident,
Yeah.
and when everybody goes through that, they're young.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
Because they're learning.
I remember I've never been in like any type of significant accident where insurance had to be filed or anything like that, but like it definitely does make you realize. I remember I got so lucky because I was driving back from work one day and. No damage was done because I was driving a silver car and he was driving a black car, but it had this like silver strip around the edge of it.
Yeah.
And I had just swerved in time, so it just barely nicked that silver strip. And so we pulled over to the side and we looked at each other, gave each other that look. We're like, all right, we're good. And so no damage was done, but like you said, I went through that first experience, and then after that, I was like, all right, I got to drive a little more cautious.
Exactly.
Now. Yeah,
so now you know what to look out for and how fast things can happen.
Yeah, it's crazy for sure.
It's all about experience.
Yep, for sure. Oh, I forgot to mention this. We have our neon sign.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It is great. We love it.
it.
This is the first video we've done with the neon sign, so Thelma is the special one. She's the privileged one that is here with a sign. So, okay, what would you say was the third? I remember you mentioned there's 3, right?
The third one would be driving record.
Driving record.
Yes,
okay.
the driving record. So if you have any at-fault accidents or if you have any tickets or anything like that, that is a major factor that affects the auto insurance.
So if you're the insurance agent, if you're ever calling someone and they're wondering why you're asking about their accidents, that's the reason, so you can get the quote.
Yeah.
Okay.
So somebody who doesn't have any tickets or accidents versus someone who has like an at-fault accident or speeding tickets or anything like that, just for example, then it's going to be a little bit more expensive.
Sweet. Yeah. I mean. Yeah, that's pretty straightforward. All right, so those are your 3 reasons, guys. Number 1 is the type of vehicle. Number 2 is your age or your years of experience, how many years you've been driving. So typically 5 to 6 years is what insurance carriers like to see on your driving record.
Yeah.
And then thirdly is your driving record. So if you have any accidents, if you have any any crashes where there's damage and stuff like that, where insurance had to be filed. They're going to notice that. They're going to see that. Those are the three main factors that affect your insurance quote and
the rates of
the rates of your insurance. There you go. She's the expert. She knows all the terms. So thank you guys so much for watching. Tune in next week. We're going to be uploading these every single Friday around 5 p.m. and stay tuned. Have a nice one.